So the first subject is going to be tools. Now this can be as cheap or as expensive as you like. I personally started off, you'll see back on the TikTok videos, the cheapest way. At the time I could and I wanted to do it that way. But I've also at the end priced up the total of what it would be to start with the most expensive option for the whole way through the list. So the first thing I've put here is bucket. May seem pretty stupid, but you're going to need something to collect the rubbish when you clear out the gutters. Now you can get one for £1, a little one. I went with the £8 one. It's about a 20 or 15 litre bucket. It's quite big, and I haven't got to keep unloading the bucket then on the jobs. I can just keep going, boom, 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 next one. So yeah, gonna need a bucket. Next one is a pole. You've all seen the pole I use on TikTok. It's got like 3 triple extensions on. It's about 8 foot. The reason why I got the pole is because if you're up with the ladder, you're only going to use your hands, and you have to keep moving the ladder, and to do the whole run, it's going to take you forever. But if you put it up in the middle of the house, you've got a pole that can drag all the mess to you this side, and then all the mess to you this side. It takes you 10 minutes as opposed to 30. Again, this starts, the bucket, pole, sorry, 12 to 16 quid, depending on where you go. I think mine was actually 14, bang in the middle from Screwfix. We have that in the UK. You might want Home Depot for America. Next on the list is a brush. Now, as you, again, TikTok video you would have seen. If you go on the TikTok, you're going to see how I do all these jobs. So you're going to want the pole. You got that. Then you're going to want a brush to attach on the end, because that goes in the guttering itself and then pulls all the rubbish to you. There are some guttering tools that have like plastic fittings, but I promise you, once you get like, they fit the guttering, nice, but they don't account for some houses that have tiles over the guttering and you can't slot them in there. They're useless. Most important one and the most expensive is going to be the ladders. When I started, I looked at getting, it was a 9.9 metre ladder from Wix, or Screwfix, I don't know, it was Wix, and they wanted 300 quid. Now I thought, when you're starting a business, 300 quid's fair whack to part from on one piece of equipment. So we went on good old Facebook Marketplace, found a 14 metre triple extension for 150 quid. So I would probably suggest that option. Again, it's, I don't know what your budget is to start off. We started off with 350 quid and we literally spent every penny, 350 quid. Roof rack. You're going to need a roof rack, obviously, to put it on your car or your van, whatever you have. Otherwise, you're not going to get your ladder around. That, unfortunately, that cost me 100 quid from Halfords. I couldn't find it cheaper. I couldn't find a marketplace that fits my car. Unfortunately, I had to put up with it. That's tools done. Right. Let's move on to uniform. Now, some of you are going to say, and to, do you know what? I'm going to disagree with every one of you. Some of you are going to say, uniform, pointless, you don't need it. I promise you, no matter how good at sales you are, if I put you, right, best salesman in the world, with no uniform, knocking on doors, and I put someone that's probably day one experience with a uniform, they're going to get more sales and more trust. Now, it's somewhat expensive, but I would say do get a uniform after a first job or two, because your first job's going to pay for it. So uniform, for a polo and a hoodie, you're looking at like 64 quid. I think that's what mine was. However, you're going to need something called an EPS. Now, the company that will do your uniform will know what this is and obviously have it and provide it for you. Essentially, it cost me 50 quid for a one-off fee. It means that they have to take your logo that you've given them in whatever form, PDF or whatever. They have to put it through their software, and it basically zooms in and fills in any pixels. So they're allowed to, you know, because when they put that into the stitching machine, if you get it embroidered like this, the computer's going to put how your logo looks. And the way he's explaining it in pictures, there's loads of little pixel gaps. And it's when you do your logo, it's going to come out all gapped and spaced. So they charge this, put it through the software, and they fill in all the little gaps so it comes out perfect. You only have to pay for that once, and then when you use them again, they just you know, they have the image already in that format, and then they're just going to charge you for the uniform and the print itself. Now they also, because I'm about to get this van wrapped, they're giving me this, so it's going to save me some money when I give it to the van wrap company, because they're not going to have to go and do that for my logo. I already have it, and you'll have the same. Next subject, we have leaflets. I have been banging on about leaflets on TikToks and all the videos. This is, for example, some of the leaflets. This is some. We have thousands, and this is what ours look like. So at the minute we have 2. So I've been folding them up and putting them together. This was the first one. Logo, couple pictures, and a bit about what you do. And then I come up with an idea of, I want to create one big giant service to do everything. We called it the Royal Clean. And we got a QR code they can scan to get to the Facebook, or you can do it to the website. And I drop them off. We set a day aside every week. We set Friday aside. We go out and we just drop leaflets for a good couple of hours. My God, you would have seen the results. You've been watching the TikTok. We get jobs galore from leaflets. The price, unbelievable. £34 for 1,000 leaflets. I'm still going through them, and it's been a couple months. We're still going through the first 1,000 originally. It costs 34 quid for 1,000. One job that we charge for is about 95 quid. It pays off. Now, not necessarily when you go post it, you walk away, they're going to call you. It doesn't work like that. They call you later in the evening, a week, a month later, and you're back in the area, and you realise, actually, that house I posted in needed this as well. And then you just mention it, or you go there and you mention it. Either way, leaflets are the best way to get you your first sight of jobs. Now, for the rubbish topic. Insurance. You're going to need it no matter what. And for tools, it's optional. But public liability, it's non-negotiable. However, it's very, very cheap. I paid, well, it works as £8 a month, but I paid, I think, 65 quid for the year. And that covers you, believe it or not, for 250 grand worth of lawyers' fees and court fees, and 750 grand of damages. For about 65 quid. Nothing. And you have to have it. Especially when you want to do commercial jobs. You cannot do a commercial job without sending them your public liability. They won't have you on site. Next is your car/van insurance. For me, this van, it's £60 a month or 700 for the year. Again, it's fairly expensive. It's actually quite a big van. And I think because this is I've been driving for about 9 years. I think when I go over 10 years, it might dip down. But yeah, it's, again, non-negotiable. Tool insurance. I've got, when I get the gutter vac here, I'm probably going to insure my tools. It's £30 a month, just because the gutter vac is 2k. You know, the drills, I've got a couple of hundred. Materials, I've got, you know, not a lot of money. They go all the time. I'm always fixing them, but it's probably just worth it. I mean, if you're driving around in a van, how many van stories have you seen that get locked into, you know, broken into, sorry. It's probably worth it, especially if you keep your vans in the tool in the van, sorry. My gutter vac, for sure, I'm not keeping in the van overnight. That's going to get stored away, and then just put it back in the morning. It's really no hassle. So if you went the expensive option, so the £300 ladder, everything at the top of the range, your total is going to be £580 to start the business, with everything included there. However, I've left the insurance out because it's going to vary so much on your age, location, what car, van you have. But everything from this here, £580 if you went the really expensive way, and £350 if you went the cheap way like I did. Hope that helps. I would say is everything you need to start. I can't think or have thought of anything else that you need. All I've done is I've gone through the list of how we started on the TikTok challenge, on this challenge. What we've started is what we've just gone through. So quick, so simple. It's almost like an Ainsley Harriott menu. Couple of bonus topics I wanted to talk about, because I get these comments all the time. when is the best time to start? It is literally today, tomorrow, whenever. There's no best time to start a business. You can't time it. It's not gonna be like, oh, in 1 month and 4 days, that's the best time to start a business. It doesn't work that way. The sooner you're out there, you're getting your name out there, you're in the market, the better. And to be honest with you, the longer you wait, the more chance of you're never actually going to take the leap and go into it, if that makes sense. A lot of people saying, oh, well, you know, if I leave my job, I'm not going to have any income, which is very true. And people are going to disagree with me. Some people are going to say the sensible option is build this on the side, and you know, once this hits your monthly income that you're getting from your job, leave your job. Yes, that's sensible. However, in practice, it doesn't really work, because say you're going to have a shit day at your job and it's going to drag you down. You're going to come home, you're going to have no motivation to crack on with this side hustle you're doing. Or it's going to get to the weekend where you're going to do this side project and you're being like, oh, I've got no energy, like, I'm just so tired, I'm not going to have a rest. You know, life's too short to work 7 days a week, all that jazz. And this, what's going to make you the most money, is going to get pushed aside, and yet you're going to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go back to your 9 to 5 to earn 80 quid a day. Something like that, you know what I mean? So the best time is to just go for it. For me, that's what I've done. I started my first business, well, first successful business. We started loads of businesses. Pretty much all went to pot, except for these two that I own now. The first business, I found out my partner and I were expecting. We had twins. I went back into the office in work. I was doing recruitment at the time. And I was thinking, do you know what? My missus is pregnant for about 9 months. If I stay here, you know, and I try and start a business when we have newborns running around, it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. However, if I leave now, I was like, I've got 9 months to give this a good test, a good go, and then I can always jump back into another job. There's jobs all over the place, and I'm pretty employable, I like to think. So I give it a go. I literally left like that week pretty much, and we started it up and just we hit the ground running. You know, the recruitment went off. It was great. And the same for this, you know. Excuse me. Same for this. I kind of got bored of recruitment, and I still am. And I thought I need a bit of a challenge. And I saw some guy on YouTube want to make $1 million in a year, and I said to myself, I don't personally think I can make $1 million in a year, but I think I can have a good go at making 100 grand in a year. And then I thought, right, how are we going to do that? Boom, 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 boom. We came up with this. And so far, we're at like 10 grand. And we've been going, I think, nearly 3 months. No, actually, just over 3 months by the time this comes out. Yes, we are behind schedule. However, we're far from off track. You know, we're in mid-December now. So by the time January's over, February starts coming, we get big pricing jobs. That'll boost us straight back up and over. But I hope that's answered that question. Is when's the best time to start? Now, tomorrow, as soon as you can. Next one is, what is the work like? Can you work all year round doing gutter cleaning and repair? Now, yes, very much so. However, you might find you slow down with gutter cleaning in the summer. So what we do, we're going to expand. Well, at the minute, we do gutter cleaning, repairs, fitting, and we've done some roof scraping jobs, some cleaning jobs, and driveway pressure washing. My aim for the beginning, someone's walking past my van. Hiya! Oh, I've got a dry throat. The beginning of next year, I'm going to start focusing on a lot of pushing out for driveway pressure wash jobs, roof scraping jobs, roof cleaning, stuff like that, like soft washing houses. We're still going to, by all means, if someone calls out for a gutter cleaning job, we're going to go for it. I just can't see in the summer months, the leaves aren't going to fall, and I can't see people going to have a lot of full gutters unless it's moss that falls off the roof. We get some rainy seasons, which we do in the UK. They get more leaks, stuff like that. But we're going to keep very busy by doing repairs, jet washing, and roof scraping. So in a sense, and if you live somewhere where there's loads of trees over houses, you're going to be busy all year round. So in a sense, yes, 365 days a year. but I would say you have to expand on the business. You couldn't just do gutter cleaning. But on the flip side, you could do gutter cleaning for the last 6 months of the year, so you end in December, and you probably have enough money to not work for the first 6 months of the following year, if that makes sense. You only work in the winter, have summers off. But I hope that answered the question. Feel free to leave comments. I will put links in the description of the exact tools I used if you want to copy my footsteps and plans. I won't leave links to the uniform because mine would be local, yours probably won't. Oh jeez. Yeah, and we'll go from there. I hope it was helpful. I'll see you on the TikTok, fairly daily video uploads, but definitely a couple in a week. And I'm going to do more on this YouTube, so please subscribe. We need the subscribers going up. We're at 75 at the moment. Doing really well in the old shorts. Views are going up. We're getting a couple thousand there. But I'll see you on TikTok probably tomorrow. Ta-ra.